Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my usual weekly technical analysis outlook videos in which I will comment on what I think will happen to some FX crosses and equities. As always, before I begin, I want to clarify that this is not a solicitation or recommendation to enter into long or short positions in the names that I will mention in this video, nor do I have existing positions in them. This is not financial advice, and if you're using this content as a guide to trade, you are doing so at your own risk. Alright, let's start. These are the names that I've covered in the past and I will review them in this video. I have put in timestamps, so use them to get to the names that interest you. CNH was covered in the video on the 1st of November, in which I said that it may be forming a double bottom. Now, previously CNH completed a falling wedge, which I'm not showing over here. The falling wedge is still valid. The double bottom, however, I will have to amend this because after 2 weeks worth of price action development, I think the double bottom is no longer valid. So I will amend it to $CNH forming a descending triangle. Now, a descending triangle is a neutral pattern. The outlook will be determined by the direction of the break. Breaking above the resistance trend line will keep $CNH on a bullish outlook, but closing below the support at 7.09 will turn $CNH bearish. Either way, this descending triangle suggests a move of 633 pips. In the video on the 1st of November, I noted that $SGD has completed a double bottom. It then went into the correction phase, sliding below the 1.3 level before rebounding thereafter. I believe $SGD is now in the bullish resumption phase of its double bottom, and the textbook target is at 1.3290. I identified a double top in Microsoft on 8th of November. This bearish pattern was completed on the 19th of November, and the textbook target is 430.1. I am now technically bearish on Microsoft. I covered Salesforce last week and will make a short note on it again in this video because there was a weekly close below the $230 mark. This completes the head and shoulder stop, and the textbook target is at 93.11. Now remember, this is just the completion phase of the bearish pattern. There are potentially two more phases, which is the correction phase, during which Salesforce is expected to rebound, and then the resumption phase, during which Salesforce would resume the downside. Also, do not expect Salesforce to fall to 93.11 in a one-way traffic. There are supports at 194.08 as well as 159.37 that can bounce price action higher. I identified a potential cup and handle in SAP on the 8th of September. This week, SAP completed the bearish pattern via a weekly close below 209.1. The textbook target resulting from this is at 130.38, with potential bounces around supports at 181.82 as well as 165.44. And don't forget about the correction and resumption phases. I highlighted the potential formation of a descending triangle in Adobe on the 25th of October. This pattern was completed 2 weeks ago in a bearish direction, and the textbook target is at 219.05. I am technically bearish on Adobe and will view rebounds to be corrective in nature. In the last video on the 1st of November, I highlighted that Danaher gapped higher over here on the 21st of October, and I expect this gap to be filled first before upside resumes. This was exactly what happened. Danaher fell, filling this gap before rebounding thereafter. With price action above the neckline, I believe Danaher is now in the bullish resumption phase. The textbook target of this head and shoulders bottom is at 261.23. Alibaba also completed its bearish pattern this week. It closed below 153 on Friday, completing the cup and handle top that has a textbook target at 119.9. I am now technically bearish on Alibaba, but note that price action gapped lower on the 21st of November. So I expect Alibaba to fill this gap, which means a rebound first to around 154 before resuming the downside. Bitcoin completed the rising wedge that I identified on the 15th of November. I am now technically bearish on Bitcoin, and the textbook target of this rising wedge is at 55,000. Note that price action has overextended below the lower Bollinger. Of course, it can still overextend for 1 or 2 more weeks due to momentum, but my view is that overextension eventually leads to a correction for around 1 to 3 sessions. So I expect eventually Bitcoin to rebound as part of the correction phase before going lower as part of the bearish resumption phase. That's the end of my sharing. I will give updates to these crosses and names only when there are meaningful development, and in the next video, it will highly likely be on new crosses and new names. If you like what I'm doing, please help me out by giving me a like, please subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos like this.